When men want you to chase them, he's going to use your insecurities in order to get you to chase him. Remember this. They will use things like, these are low vibe guys, by the way. I can't emphasize that enough. So he'll try to humble you. It could be anything. It could be that, you know, he doesn't like your outfit. He doesn't like your accent, your mole. I mean anything. How much makeup you're wearing. He just wants to humble you. He just wants to make you feel insecure, so you chase his validation. Another one is they'll ignore you like you do not exist to prove a point that you're not that special. It's all just a big humble game. They just want to humble you, make you feel insecure. I always just think though, if you have to try that hard, you already care more than I do. Another one that actually hasn't happened to me, but I know happens. So they'll compliment every other woman but you. Like, he's got nice words and like compliments for all the girls at work, for the girls at the gym, for the girls on the telly, for your friends, but not you. Oh, loser.
Okay, ladies, let me ask you something. Have you ever opened up to a guy and told him something you're deeply insecure about, then out of nowhere he starts acting differently? Not more caring, not more supportive, but more distant and confusing. And the worst part is it feels like he has the upper hand in the relationship. Well, get a piece of paper, get a pen, and jot things down. I'm going to tell you how men use your insecurities against you. They use your insecurities to manipulate you and control you to chase them. You want to stay tuned and watch this video till the end.
Not to give out too much information about your insecurities or what you don't think is your best attributes or features or whatever. So if you want to test this theory, just pick something that's not one of your insecurities and say that it is, and see if they try to pick on it. If they do, then you know what they're doing. Very easy, very quick way to find out what type of men these are. Okay.
Things men do to get you to chase them and what you're going to do instead. Number one, he's going to plan a date, and then the day of, he's going to go radio silent. What he wants you to do in that moment is crash out and blow up his phone and say, hey, we had a date. That was so rude. You're just going to cancel on me? Absolutely not. Negative attention is still attention. The behavior that will be repeated is the one you reward. So you reward his nonsense with distance and disinterest. Two, he's going to tell you a story and he's going to bring up a random girlfriend, a girl that he's just so buddy-buddy with. He's doing this to test your self-confidence, to see if you're going to ask, who is she? What does she look like? Don't fall for it. Next, he's going to neg you. He's going to say, I usually go for blondes when you're a brunette. What you're going to do in that moment is you're going to look him dead in the eyes and say, I'm really glad you brought that up. I typically go for men who make more money, and then you're going to change the subject. Next is what I call the martyr. He's going to tell you about his ex and how she was so obsessed with money. And so what he's actually doing is he's priming you never to ask for anything, go 50-50, and in fact, he is going to want you to overcompensate and prove that you're not like other girls. The hell you are. You're going to tell him, hey, I know a great spot, and then you're going to drop him off at a therapist office and never look back. Next is the pullback. After you guys get intimate or you guys have an incredible date, he's going to completely disappear for days. He is doing this to test if you are emotionally dependent on him. Do not reach out. He has not passed away. He is completely fine.
Men love to break the hearts of good-looking people, and to get you so vulnerable with them, they cupcake you. The cupcaking theory is basically when a man acts like he's really sweet in the beginning of yours and his dating relationship so that you can be really enticed by him and you can want to try him. But ultimately, if you have too much of him, he's not good for you. Sometimes when you are the full package and a man really wants you to validate him, he will act so sweet with you that you won't be able to resist him, and he will cupcake you. It's not like he intentionally sets out to hurt you or break your heart, but deep down he does know once he gets your approval and validation and reassurance that you have feelings for him, he's going to lose interest and he's just going to be out of the door and on to the next person that he can trophy hunt. I always say, listen to a man's actions, not his words, because when a man's cupcaking you, you can be really vulnerable and fall in love with him, and he can actually turn out to be a complete narcissist. It's really important to not get ahead of yourself in the early dating stages. Men cannot cupcake you for too long, so you can even do the 3-month rule with him. Not say I love you until 3 months. He won't be able to keep up this game for too long with you. But when you're really cute, be careful, because men love to cupcake cute people.
These are a few signs that'll let you know when a man wants you to chase him. They'll play hard to get. When a man is playing hard to get, he's not going to give you everything you want. He'll give you enough just to keep you interested, and then he'll start pulling away. A man who wants you to chase him is going to play hard to get, so he's not going to make it easy for you. He's going to employ the push-pull method so that he keeps you interested, and the push-pull dynamic is what creates an intrigue. And what you do in response is you go silent. If you see any sign of inconsistency, any sign of pulling back, you don't ask why, you don't explain, you don't let them know how you feel about it, you just disappear. If it's not consistent, it's not going to serve you. It's only going to confuse you. Something else that men do when they want you to chase them is they will flake on you last minute, and they do that to see how bothered you are about it. If a man flakes on you last minute and he doesn't bother to reschedule, he clearly has no interest in you, but he has an interest in you chasing him so that you could stroke his ego by validating him. What you don't want to do if you get flaked on is start tripping and start crashing in. You don't want to do that, because then you're showing him how much you care and how bothered you are. You have to go unbothered about the situation and don't let it affect you. And something else that a man will do is he'll talk about other women to you to see how you react. Once again, if you react like an insecure woman, asking all these questions about these women who he's talking about, how do they look? Are they pretty? You know, how long have you known him for, etc. He's going to think that you're now chasing his approval the way these other women are chasing him. So what do you do in a situation like that when a dude is bragging to you about other women? You walk away. You don't entertain that nonsense, because only an emotionally immature man is willing to brag about other women to a woman who he's spending a night out with. The only type of women who chase are women who have low self-esteem, they're insecure, they're desperate, and they're needy. You don't want to be that woman, because that's the kind of woman he expects you to be if he wants you to chase him.
What happens now is when you're not really into someone, when you're choosing more so from the place of benefit rather than love, then it is very easy, or it's most likely you're going to choose individuals who you view yourself as having greater value than, or you view it as, she's lucky to be with me. She's lucky I chose her. And that kind of mentality pours into the idea of, well, she needs to chase me because, again, if she's lucky to have me, then she's the one that needs to be doing the extra work. She needs to be trying hard to get me. You see what I'm saying?
He wants you to chase him just for the validation and just for the attention, and then he'll reject you and ghost you. Some guys aren't looking for love. They aren't looking for what they told you that they were looking for. They're just looking for an ego boost. And when you become that woman that gives him that validation and gives him that ego boost, but you're not receiving anything in return, you only start to disrespect yourself. So my question to you is, why haven't you walked the fuck away?
One way to outsmart men is picking up on the tactics they use to try to get you to chase them. The type of guys that do this are the ones that are pretty insecure, the ones that are avoidant attachment. If this man is doing this, good riddance to you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't fall for it. You're smarter than that. Remember, the first thing that they will do is that they will mention how many other girls want them or like them, which is kind of strange. Like, why are you telling me this, sir? I don't need to know this information. And even then, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you that other women want you. Do you want to pursue that? If not, I mean, whatever. Good for you. I'm so happy for you. And in that moment, all you have to say is, oh, okay, cool. Act so unbothered. Act so unbothered, and I promise you, they're gonna like stop bringing up how much other girls want them. They're just trying to get a reaction out of you, so don't fall for that reaction, okay? Number two, they will definitely ghost you or like not reply to you on certain things. So like, let's say like there was like 3 messages you sent and he only replied to 2 out of the other 1. He's trying to get you to be like, hey, did you see my other message? Like, it shows that you care enough to get him to respond to you. And that's something that they will purposely do. All things men do is always on purpose, so don't fall for that. Number 3, not reach out to you to confirm the date. Definitely the day of. So if he's not confirming the day of, but he maybe confirmed the night before, he's trying to get you to also confirm the day of. And if that happens, okay, you do not go on that date, because first of all, he's supposed to be following up with you. It's the proper etiquette for a guy to follow up with you on that same day and be like, hey, we're meeting up at this time, right? At this restaurant. A guy, he knows that if he wants to see you and wants to make sure he's locking plans with you, he is not going to fumble that. If he doesn't confirm the day of, bye-bye. You've already made new plans. It's not even a question. Even if you have nothing to do, figure something out. They'll also do something where they'll be very hot and cold with you. So they'll give you a lot of attention at first and then they decide to pull their energy back. So if they start pulling their energy back, you're not chasing him. Okay, you're not like running after him being like, what happened? Where were you with this and this and that? No, this guy is trying to get that reaction out of you. He's trying really hard to get you to question your own self and your worth and being like, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? He's trying to get you to feel insecure about the situation. Anytime this guy is doing this hot and cold method, the push and pull method, you're not falling for it. You're staying right here, centered, cool, calm, collected. When he goes like this, you don't go like this, okay? That's not what you're doing. You're staying freaking firm, cool, unbothered. When you see that, it's laughable. It's 100% laughable. It's not even funny or it's not even cute. You're not falling for that, okay? Last thing that they will do, I forgot to mention, let's just say they said they're gonna call you at a certain time and they don't call you. They're expecting you to be like, hey, I thought you were gonna call me. Like, no, we are not following up. If a man says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do something. If he does call you 2-3 hours later, you don't pick up, you're busy. Because he said he was going to call you at that time and you're busy now. You made time for him in that instance, so if he's not going to keep his word, you're uninterested. How you respond to these types of guys is that you're just completely uninterested. You're turned off. It's actually not attractive. You have to get turned off and not get so angry and so emotional when it comes to things that they're doing to affect you. They're trying to do that on purpose, okay? So don't fall for it. Be unbothered. Be like, that was weird. Anyways, and then have them work for your attention again. You're not gonna like give them the reaction because you're better than that and you have other things that are fulfilling in your own life. So watch out for these signs. These men are very feminine these days. They want you to chase them like a little puppy dog and you're not doing that. You're a queen and you know your worth, right? Right, that's that.
Men do the exact same thing, but not to get a woman to change, but more so to chase them. Just like women, men are also just as emotional and like to be validated by the person that they're dating. Don't think because a man is being nonchalant that's really him. That's just a facade, just so you can't use his emotions against him. So certain men will come off as, I have to get you before you get me. A learned behavior from their upbringing, but that's another reel for another day. So where the confusion comes into play is they'll talk about the future, keyword, talk about it, but when it's actually time to put it in motion, now it's all of a sudden, well, what's the rush for? I thought we was good. And they'll sit here and feel like you're satisfied with acting like a boyfriend and girlfriend, but the thing is, y'all not committed to each other. So if you see him talking to other women, remember, we're not exclusive. Because see, at that point, that's when you need to pull away and let him know you're not one of them. So now he knows not to play with you like that. But if you don't, he's going to now pull away from you. You're going to push forward because you're trying to get that validation from when he was chasing you, and he's going to continue to play in your face.
I mean, let's be real. Low self-esteem has a look to it. Men can oftentimes see you and know that you have low self-esteem based on your lack of boundaries. 9 times out of 10, I want to say 10 times out of 10, women who do not love themselves are going to go over their own boundaries. You can tell a man, right? You might come out the gate strong because a lot of y'all pretend to have high self-esteem and you pretend to have great values. You come out the gate and say, I'm not sleeping with you, right? You sleep with them by month 2. You sleep with them by week 3, week 2, day 2. 2, you'll tell a man, okay, I really don't accept calls after 9, 10 o'clock. This man will call you after 9, 10 o'clock. You still accept it. You don't place your boundaries down and you're not firm with them. You do not enforce your boundaries because you're afraid of being abandoned. You're afraid of not being picked. You're afraid that if I tell this man, I don't want to be called after 10 and I won't accept your call after 10, if I actually not pick up this man's call when he calls me at these times, he's not going to want anything to do with me. That's the fear. Because when I was a good girl, when I was a nice girl and I hated myself and I had low self-esteem, I would cross my own boundaries to make sure a man chose me. And you have to understand that does more harm than good because it's really about you. It's your world. He's living in it. He's not the necessity. You're the main character. And a lot of women think, oh, this man, I just have to have him. If I can't have him, then what is this all for? Your boundaries are for you, to protect you, to make sure you are really aligning with people who want to be there. If you place a boundary down and a man does not want to deal with you, it is amazing. That's fucking amazing. He's not supposed to be there, friend. That fear that you have of, if I enforce this, is he going to not want to deal with me? Maybe. it's a good chance he gonna be like, oh, she not no easy cool. Okay, cool. I don't want to do this. It's very real, but that's good.
Ladies, when a guy does this, he's trying to get you to chase him. Do not ever do this. Listen, if you're talking to a guy and he randomly, for no reason, likes to pull away when everything seems good, or, he'll start an argument over something so small and then pull away, he's trying to get you to chase him. Don't chase him. And then a lot of girls will say, oh my God, guys act like women. It has nothing to do about gender. What it has to do about is power and control. You don't understand when men do this stuff, they just want power and control over you to get you to do what they want. And you don't understand how subtle it is and how it will transpire throughout the relationship. So he slowly gains more power over you and more control over you, to the point that it will become subconscious for you to do it. Hope this helps.
That you're there because of them.
Toxic men will manipulate you to chase them by acting like they really want you, when in reality, they actually just want you to want them. But so how do we know the difference? What I want you to do is practice being turned off when someone becomes inconsistent or just changes a lot, or like they suddenly turn cold. We have this instinct to be nurturing, to be like, well, what's wrong? Why are you acting this way? They're acting this way because they were manipulating you the whole time. This will hurt to hear, but when you first start talking to someone, they really owe you nothing. If you're not dating the person, if you've literally just been going on dates with them, talking to them, that man owes you nothing. He doesn't even owe you closure. So if he ghosts you, yeah, we could say he's a piece of crap. We could say whatever we want, but it really won't change the fact that he ghosted you and he really doesn't owe you anything, unfortunately. Obviously, yes, it's not nice to do, but you guys weren't dating. So you should act that way in return. If someone is starting to be cold with you, starting to be inconsistent, leave them. You need to practice thinking that this behavior is unacceptable. Choose yourself, girlfriend.
He sent you an entry fee and now he says he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Well, you still won, ma'am. He's trying to get you to chase. See, men aren't that dumb because they know y'all are going to chase if they dangle a little carrot in front of your face, like the re-entry fee. If he paid it, he still wants you. Okay. Now he's trying to make you chase. Don't fall for the okie doke. Just say thanks for the money. Now he'll feel like you owe him something and he'll start chasing you again. Sprinkle, sprinkle. After sending the entry fee, he said, take the money and leave me alone. I called him wanting to talk. Girl, because you a pygmy, sprinkle, sprinkle. Look, take the money, you win. He'll be back. Duh. Y'all be taking the bait too easy. Say thank you, sir, and then leave it. He will be back. He's playing with you. Stop chasing the man. That's what he got, what he wanted, to be chased. That's why you done. The more you chase, the more they think they're valuable in the prize. Just say thank you so much. You're an angel, and let it go. He'll be back. Y'all need to learn how to act. You calling that man up after he didn't faked you out just to get you to chase. That's why y'all not making it. You should have said, thank you, you're such an angel. And then he would have called back. Ignore, look, this is how you got to play the game. Ignore all the things that are negative, like you didn't even hear them. So if he says, here's the money and leave me alone, say, thank you, you're such an angel, so sweet. And then leave him alone. Then he won't leave you alone. Well, you're just going to take my money like that and run? You're not even going to try to call me? You said to leave you alone. See? Now he's got to do more. Instead of now you're chasing, you see? Men know how to play the game too. If y'all are too stupid to win the game, then don't play it. I'll be like, thank you, you're an angel. Yes, don't worry, I will leave you alone because I got 2-3 more. I wouldn't tell him that, but he would figure it out if you ain't sitting over there trying to call him. You see, if you leave him alone and don't call him no more, now he thinks he got competition and he thinks you got his money. So he gonna try to still get something in return by now chasing you. Okay? So stop being dumb, y'all. Let them chase. In no way ever do you ever chase a man. He got you triggered and got you to chase. Wonderful. Learn from him. Okay? Learn from that man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because y'all still be chasing. Still. And this is what I say. This is why I tell y'all to have more than one. Because if you have more than one, you don't need to chase the other one. If you have more than one, you don't need to chase the other one because you got money coming from several directions. You got several streams. Okay? So you'll never have to be desperate. They'll be the desperate ones because you're not desperate for them or their money because you got other men with money giving you money. Okay? This is why I tell y'all to have a roster. And when that man sees that you're not going to chase him, he's going to start chasing you again. Because he knows you don't need him. Therefore, he's not the prize. Therefore, you are the prize. Therefore, he's going to chase. Y'all need to figure it out. Y'all do too much.
Men don't just notice your insecurities. They use them to get you to chase them. Manipulators don't control you with force. They control you with fear, confusion, and inconsistency. And the easiest way to control a woman is to use her insecurities against her. Let's say you're someone who fears abandonment or you suffer from abandonment issues and you open up to this guy and you tell him you're scared of abandonment, and instead of him being emotionally available, he starts pulling away, he starts being distant. Now this is going to trigger you to start chasing him because you're seeking validation from him. Because of your fear of abandonment, your fear of being alone, you're going to start chasing him. He's using that insecurity against you to manipulate you to chase him. Or let's say you tell him you don't feel beautiful enough, and what does he do? He starts commenting on other women, commenting on their looks, on their beauty, on their aesthetic. He doesn't do it too much, but just enough to make you question if you measure up, to make you doubt yourself, to start comparing yourself to these women. This isn't coincidental, it's emotional manipulation. You're chasing a version of yourself which wants to feel enough. The feeling of being enough is what you're chasing. He starts weaponizing your vulnerability. You open up about being too much, then all of a sudden during an argument he calls you dramatic. He love bombs you, then goes cold, triggering your fear of abandonment. Passive comparisons to his ex-girlfriend. You caught him staring at another girl, commenting on girls' pictures on social media, and you confront him about it, and he says things like, "My ex never used to get jealous. Why are you insecure?" Those are the things I'm talking about. Another thing is backhanded compliments. He gives you compliments, then he undercuts it. Let's say you're going out on a date with this guy and he tells you, "Oh my God, for once you look good." A guy telling you for once you look good is a bruise to your ego because it's like now you have to do a lot to impress him. Now you have to do a lot so that he can see you. Low-key, he's indirectly telling you you never used to look good or you never look good, but now or for once you look good. It's a bruise to your ego. All of these things is to trigger your insecurities and get you to chase validation and seek validation approval from him so that you start doing the most to impress him. Another point is withholding validation. He senses you need reassurance, so he makes sure he gives you less of it. He gives less of it, making you feel like you need to earn his approval. And do you know why all of this works? Because your need to be loved, seen, and chosen is pushing you into desperation mood. You're desperate for this guy's approval. You're desperate for his validation. Desperate to get into his good graces. When a man triggers your insecurities, your brain goes straight into survival mode. Your brain tells you do whatever it takes to get back in his good graces. So you over-explain, you over-prove yourself, and you chase. The thing you need to do to get your power back is to slow down emotionally. Don't open up easily emotionally. Not every man deserves to know your insecurities and your vulnerabilities. Keep it sacred. Watch what he does with your truth every time you open up to him. If he becomes more supportive, that's a green flag. But if he becomes distant, it's a shift in power dynamics, and that's a red flag. Validate yourself. When your self-worth isn't outsourced, no one can weaponize it. If you keep living life every day seeking validation from people, you will always feel empty. No one has the capability to validate you. Only you alone can validate yourself. Your self-worth is in your hands. It is not in the hands of people. The next thing you need to do is to call it out immediately. The minute you notice manipulation, call it out for what it is. If he deflects or he tries to minimize it, then you've seen enough. Why are you giving people the benefit of doubt when someone shows you they are manipulating? Call it out, and if they want to deflect from it, cut them off. And like I said, some men don't ignore your insecurities. They study them and they use them to get power, attention, and control over you. Men identify emotional insecurities early on: fear of abandonment, not feeling good enough, and the need for validation. When they notice all of these emotional insecurities, instead of reassuring you, they pull away, give inconsistent attention. This triggers your insecurities, making you chase them to feel enough again. These men don't want to chase you. They don't chase you, so they create an emotional gap for you to chase them, just to feel worthy, attractive, and secure. And they do this in very subtle ways that you will not notice. They tell you you're too emotional when you try to get vulnerable with them, or when you try to express your feelings of something that is making you uncomfortable. You tell your boyfriend, I don't like when you do this, I get uncomfortable when you do this, or I want more from you. And this guy tells you you're too emotional, making you shrink yourself. Whenever you ignore the things that makes you uncomfortable in your relationship to keep the peace, you enter a war with yourself. There are some statements that when a man makes to you, you know very well he's trying to use your insecurities against you. When a guy tells you you're doing too much or you're too much, these are statements that he's trying to use to trigger you. Why do you feel the need to seek attention? Why are you insecure? Why are you jealous? My ex is never jealous. Why do you always have to create a scene? Why do you always have to shout? All of these things are statements that most men use to trigger you, to shrink you, to make you insecure, to shut you up, so that they can control you. This is followed up with guilt tripping whenever you express your needs, subtle comments that make you question yourself and make you question your self-worth, deliberately withholding affection to trigger your fear of rejection, making you feel like you're always chasing his approval. If you feel like every single day of your life you have to seek approval, validation from this dude, it's because he has put you where he wants to put you. He's telling you things like you're overthinking everything, you overthink a lot. Or this guy tells you, I'm not ready for a relationship, but I really like you. This is in cases where he's still asking you out, or you guys are still dating, and he tells you, I really like you, but I'm not ready for a relationship. This guy is trying to trigger you to chase him, trust me, because he knows telling you he's not ready for a relationship with you will somehow trigger you to want him to want that relationship with you. Now you start doing things to make him want a relationship. It's manipulation. Telling you he really likes you but he's not ready for a relationship is manipulation, because this is what it does. It keeps him close, but at the same time he's unavailable. Now this triggers your need to earn his commitment. Now you're chasing exclusivity, which he never promised. He tells you things like, you'd be so perfect if you weren't so clingy. He's trying to twist your needs as flaws. He's trying to make you see your needs in this relationship as flaws, so you don't demand these things, but these things are necessary. Now you start suppressing yourself to seem more cool and low maintenance because you think that's what he's going to like. All these backhanded compliments, he's framing your needs as flaws. He says things like, you're not like other girls, you actually get me. Now this sounds sweet, but it isolates you because you feel different. So now you're chasing that validation from him because you want him to keep seeing you as different from other women, giving pick-me vibes. Statements like this subconsciously grooms you into being a pick-me, because now you're doing things for him to pick you. You're doing things because he has made you feel that you're different from other women, lied to you to make you feel that you're different. Now you're a pick-me because you want him to keep seeing you as different. Another thing men do to manipulate you to chase them, using your insecurities against you, is to tell you he needs space. He tells you he needs space, but he watches your stories every day non-stop. This guy tells you, I need space right now, I'm going through a lot, but he's watching your stories on IG every minute. He's literally the first person to watch. He's keeping tabs on you on social media. He's posting on social media. You see him hanging out with other people, but he told you he needs space. All of these mixed signals creates emotional chaos, because you feel rejected, but at the same time you're hopeful, so you stay attached and you chase clarity. Anything that comes with confusion is not real. Any man who really likes you will not put you in a state of confusion. So this guy is deliberately making you confused, making you question yourself, doubt yourself, making you chase clarity and reassurance from this relationship or whatever you guys have going on. He's not real, and he's manipulating you. When he tells you do what you want, it sounds like freedom, right? But it's cold and dismissive. So you chase his approval even more because you feel that he's pulling away. Another statement they love to use is, you're too good for me. This is reverse psychology, trust me. And with this reverse psychology, you start proving your worth. You start proving that you're worth staying for. You start proving he's wrong. Another thing they'll say is, I don't know what I want right now. Let me tell you the translation of I don't know what I want right now. When a guy tells you, I don't know what I want right now, what he means is, I love the benefit of being with you, but not the commitment. Now you chase a decision he's already made without saying out loud. When a guy tells you you're the only one I talk to, that's the biggest lie any woman should believe. A guy telling you you're the only one I talk to, it creates exclusivity. Now you feel like you're the only one, you feel special. So you keep chasing that validation of being the one, even if his actions don't match his words. All of these things is manipulation. If a guy wanted to keep you, he will be clear. If he wanted to love you, he wouldn't keep you guessing. This is what I want you guys to understand. Because they want to control you and they want to manipulate you, they will use your insecurities to control and manipulate you to chase them. So guys, with all of these things that have been said in this video, if it seems familiar, you know what to do. Get your power back. Stop investing in someone who is half invested or someone who wants to play games. No, there are men who will value you, who will cherish you, and who will treat you the way you deserve. You don't have to settle for less. And stop seeking validation from people. People will not validate you. The only opinion that matters is yours. So guys, we've come to the end of this amazing video. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Share your experiences. I'm dying to see them, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.